One. There we go. Welcome, my boy, Bama. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, brother. Living life. That's about it.
Yeah. Tell me what you've been up to. I ain't seen you in a couple years now, man. What you been up to?
Just trying to get everything situated with these kids, bro. Get them a life that I wish I had growing up, or the same life in general.
No, I get it, man. I get it. My mom. So I mentioned on another podcast how parents start acting like different when they become grandparents. Mom ain't like that very much.
Yeah, bro. That's a different type of love when our parents get kids from us. It's totally different.
It's completely different, brother. So tell me what's been going on, man. Let's talk about them Cowboys up front. Let's go ahead and talk about it. This all season they have done one thing, and that's one thing is to sign a long snapper. What you think we got going on right now?
Bro, to be honest, I think Jerry Jones is more focused on his profits than like actually winning a Super Bowl.
So you don't think he
It,
cares at all?
Not really. When you're a billionaire and has that much money, bro,
Yeah,
he really don't care, especially when you're getting $3 billion a year from fans alone. Like you're really not gonna
yeah, that's
care if your
crazy.
team win or lose unless you really a competitor like that.
What about your boy Dakota Prescott?
I think it's time for him to pack his bag, brother.
Nah, we about to give him an extension, man.
I hope not because he hasn't proved anything yet.
Well, what they're gonna say, and his argument's gonna be with his agent, is he threw for the most touchdowns last year out of any quarterback in the NFL, and he went from having the most, turnovers slash interceptions to having one of the least on the starting quarterback.
Yeah, all that might be true, but when the game boiled down to it, and when the team needed him, he threw two picks in the first half, which led to us getting blown out into the fourth quarter, and then we
They
probably
wanted
lost by two touchdowns. It's too late
What's
then.
with it? Why does it always seem like whenever we come out on big games, we always get like super behind early, and then in the third, fourth quarter, we want to try to come back.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And then if we get within two touchdowns, like, oh, it's a good game. No,
Yeah,
we
no,
got
hell no.
beat plain and
That
simple.
was awful. We got beat by Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, bro. And then on top of that, you playing safeties as linebackers. That's
Yeah,
not gonna cut it. You're already 8 yards down the field when a lineman get up on you. It's pretty much too late. Then you're gonna go another 5 yards.
exactly,
That's like 8 yards a pop rushing football wise.
exactly. Another thing, man, I know you're hurt, and I know you're hurt this off season. Your boy Nick Saban retired.
Oh
I know
man,
that broke your heart. Tell us what you're going through right now with that.
bro, it's crazy because you just woke up and everybody said they saw it coming, but no, they didn't. I don't think they did because I thought everybody probably thought they was gonna get the Joe situation in Penn State when he was gonna coach forever.
Yeah, were you shocked whenever he announced he was going to retire?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Just for the I'm pretty sure it's because of the grandkids, bro. He got
Well,
brand new
there's a conspiracy
grandkids and he
theory
want to
going
spend time.
around that they only let
Huh?
him in or Alabama in the playoff because they knew he was about to retire, so that's why they let him in the playoff. How
Nah,
legitimate do you think that is?
nah, they just the best team. You see what they did to Georgia,
I know, right? And I
and they
live in
was
Athens, so I hear about it every day. But you
yeah.
know,
Nobody wasn't expecting Alabama to beat Georgia,
no, hell no. I wasn't expecting y'all to beat Auburn.
bro. That game was crazy too.
You had a heart attack.
That game is always tough, especially those rivalry games. They could go 0-12 the whole year, but then they want to play like NFL ready when the rival game comes
Yeah,
up.
I bet when
I knew that
Jalen
was gonna
Milroe threw
happen.
that ball, you was like, "Nah, that's not gonna be a touchdown."
That's crazy. Like you let somebody get behind you in the end zone.
I know, but Jalen Milroe had so much time to throw that ball too, which was crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try to run it.
Were they playing like a deep coverage on that too? Were they? How many did they bring? I don't remember watching that complete. Like I
They
wasn't
only,
paying attention to like up front.
I think like two or three,
So if you have two up front, why the hell is anybody open? Is a question.
bro. People being selfish. Like everybody wants to make the play, and he got out of position. And then he got beat. Everybody wants to be the hero, and that's what happens when you have a team and they don't work together, and you have that one split second of selfishness, and you end
Yeah.
up losing the game because Buddy he did good. I think he had an interception that game too. He did pretty good that game, except that last moment, and that's what everybody remembers him getting beat.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody remembers whenever you lose a game, not whenever you do the whole game.
Oh yeah, they're gonna remember that one bad play, and it's like, oh, that's the reason they lost the game altogether.
So tell me, what do you think Alabama's going to do? Do you think this new coach is going to work out for y'all? I mean, the decommits and the transfers have been insane, but I mean, what do you think is going to happen with Alabama?
I think they're gonna have a decent season. They
Yeah.
might surprise a couple people here and there, but if everybody buys into his system like they did with Nick Saban, they'll surprise a lot of people because it takes a whole team to buy into that system and not everybody pulling each another way away from the whole goal and the progress that they're already making.
The problem I'm seeing right now is the SEC, especially with Texas and Oklahoma coming in, bro. It's a beast.
Yeah, they
A lot of good teams now.
yeah. The NIL it leveled the playing field because kids should have been getting paid because you got colleges making billions and billions of dollars a year off these kids while they sitting in their dorm rooms eating noodles for dinner because they can't afford to do anything or they're worried about their families back home not having enough money to do anything while they're living a pretty decent life at school.
Yeah. I mean, do you think? I mean, I see both sides, bro. I mean, I understand like the NCAA and schools are making billions and $1 billion a year, but now it's more like the NFL than anything because they can go anywhere they want. If they want to transfer, it doesn't matter. It's like free agency. And then like Caleb Williams, for example, he's like, well, I don't need to go to the NFL. I'm getting paid millions and millions of dollars a year. So it makes me think like, so some of these kids are solely in it for the money.
Yeah, with that, it's kind of a catch-22 situation because you got coaches doing it. They can go anywhere they want to at any time, and then you got the players. They getting paid, and they can go anywhere they want to at any time. They really don't have to like sit and wait for their moment anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, I mean, I get it. I literally wrote a paper in college about this, about how people, I mean, kids in college should be paid, but now it's like a problem. I feel like, I don't know, the integrity of the game doesn't feel like the same anymore. I don't feel like we're going to get the Tim Tebow's, the Johnny Manziel's, the Cam Newtons anymore.
Well, I think the integrity been messed up. It just they didn't really put an eye on it until the NIL came across. The only game that has true integrity now is youth football and then high school sports for now.
Yeah, did you hear? Actually, whatever, GSHA, whatever it's called, they're actually about to start letting players be paid for NIL, like an NIL thing too.
That's really going to be terrible as far as high school football because once you got players making more than the coaches, it's going to be hard to reach them unless that player, or I mean, unless that coach played at the next level. They're not going to listen to anybody else.
Yeah, another problem is these schools that aren't, up there like a Grayson Academy or, IMG who don't have the money. They're not going to be able to get these kids. They're not going to be able to, like, their football programs may go out of style altogether.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of football programs being shut down because all these kids they want to get paid and rightfully so, but they also got to start teaching these kids about the taxes that they have to pay on money so they won't get in trouble and end up
Yeah,
going the wrong way with it. Because
absolutely.
Uncle
And there was
Sam,
this kid who played for Grovetown. He was in basketball. I actually had a coach from Grovetown on a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, and he got paid from California. So he was like, "Deuces, I'm out," because California already got it going on over there. Georgia is behind.
yeah, bro, because if they don't learn to pay them taxes on the money that they're making, it's gonna go a whole different way.
So that's gonna be a problem because a lot of these kids they're gonna as soon as they start getting good they're gonna get some tampering going on and then they're gonna transfer out.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna fly out to Cali, get that money where it's at.
and it's just gonna leak. Then it's just gonna leak downhill, and then it's gonna enter youth sports,
Yeah,
and then everything just gonna be ruined pretty much.
exactly. Basketball, football, baseball, all of the above, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, because you already got parents being overbearing on their kids to play certain sports.
Well, that's because parents want to live vicariously through their kids because they never, well, whether they went to the league or didn't go to the league or went to high school, they just want to live through their kids.
The
But if they
main
can
ones,
making money, that's where that's they want to be at.
yeah, the main ones are the entitled parents that never, they really never got in and had any real playing time, so
Yeah,
they felt like they deserved playing time when they was growing up. So they're gonna get on to the coaches. Hey, why my son's not doing this? Why my son's not doing that? Meanwhile, they're not at practice seeing their son talking to their friends, looking around, not paying attention to the coaches, and not doing what he's supposed to do.
yeah.
That's the reason he's not playing versus the money that you're donating to the school.
What about you, man? Do you miss playing football?
Oh yeah, I miss it, bro. But these kids, the next generation, is way more important than me trying to fulfill my dreams on the field.
I seen you. I mean, I seen you crack some heads, bro. I seen you. I seen you crack some heads, brother.
Yeah, bro. That I loved it. I miss it, but you get another kind of joy coaching the game and seeing kids learn the things that you're teaching them, and then apply it on the field.
Yeah,
That's just like you scoring a touchdown yourself because you taught them that, but they went out there and applied it. I don't need that validation like, oh, he got that from me. My validation comes from like, oh, okay, I see you. You used it. I'm gonna tell him like, hey, I saw what you did. I'm proud of you.
yeah,
That's all you.
yeah.
Because a lot of coaches want that instant gratification, and they want to attach their name to a player so they can go to the next level.
Absolutely. Are you coaching right now? Are you coaching any football, baseball, any type of sports?
I just moved to Abilene, so right now only coaching I'm doing is like my son's flag football at YMCA. That's about
Yeah.
it for now.
And is that what do you feel about these kids? Are they able to adapt and learn, or they're just out there for fun right now? That age group, what age are they right now in the flag football?
Right now is 8U.
At you, do you
Yeah,
feel like they latch on and grab to a lot of stuff you're teaching them, or is it mostly just trying to get them in rhythm of running and knowing some of the drills so they can go to the next level?
yeah. Right now it's just well, pretty much with anything that I coach or train people with, we start with the fundamentals. It don't
Hmm.
matter. It don't matter where you're at. We always start at the fundamentals. It don't matter your skill level. We start at the fundamentals, and then we build on top of that. Because if you don't start with the fundamentals and build a solid base, everything that you learn on top of it is pretty much useless. Because when you're tired and you don't want to play, you're gonna go back to the things that you're taught.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Just
love
like
that
in a
football too, man. I remember coming up, actually, I didn't want to play football. I hated it. I was like, this motherfucker is hitting me hard. I don't want to play anymore. You know what I mean? I was that soft kid growing up. And then as soon as I got into middle school, I was like, well, this is what all the girls like, so I'm going to play football. And, I had a decent arm. I was somewhat athletic. I was short, but I was fast and I had an arm. So it worked out naturally. I played quarterback. Um, and it was different, man. I feel like in middle school, you could they were teetering the line, but they couldn't push too much. And in high school, they just let it full out. We became a track team in high school. We I don't we didn't put pads on until midsummer. That's what I remember. We were on the track, and the way the track was set up is like in a valley, so all the heat stayed in, and it was a very dark red track. And I remember doing like 10 100s and then like four 200s in the middle of the summer, like 110 degrees. And that's when you learn whether you love football or you hate football. And luckily, I loved it enough to where I played all the way through, I think, my senior year. I do miss it, man, but I think some of the best bonds I created through high school and football have met until today. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing now if they don't play sports they don't have that that companionship and that competitiveness as people who do play football.
Yeah, life after sports, bro, is different, especially when you're not playing.
Yes.
Like after you graduate high school, when when you have the community on your side, you feel like, yeah, I'm the man, I'm this, I'm that. I got love, I got support. So you're doing what you're supposed to do in school. You're doing the right things. You're trying to make the right grades and all this. But as soon as you graduate, boom, everybody forgets.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at you like, oh, he's a has been. He's doing this with his life. He's doing that. He didn't go to the college I wanted him to go to.
Yeah.
So I'm not really gonna acknowledge him when I see him in public. That's why certain kids that don't have that support growing up or that constant support, they go either to the streets or they go to a job that's a dead end job.
Yeah.
It's no in between.
Yeah. For sure. I feel like kids at any beginning as soon as they can should play sports. In my opinion, not only does it help with the development of their brain and being in a teamsman action, but also you know they learn how to lose, they learn how to win, and they know how to be on a team. Man, I think that's a big thing, and that way they know how to deal with different difficulties. Like losing is rough. I hate losing. I hate losing more than I like winning. Not that's in any aspect, whether I'm at work, whether I'm betting on something or anything. Like I hate losing more than I like winning. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you play sports, you should feel that way.
Oh yeah, you can, bro. You can ask my parents to this day, or people that in generally know me. My hatred for losing is next level. Even as an adult, when I was losing games, I was crying because I was pissed off because I felt like during the off season, I earned that win. Like
Yeah,
nobody should be able to beat me because nobody worked harder than me.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
So
The pain of losing, man, is something I've never experienced. It's especially if you and obviously as a football standpoint, it's a team game. But if you go out there and put everything out there and you throw for 3 touchdowns, you run for 3 touchdowns, you put all that together and you have a phenomenal game and you still lose, bro, that's the worst feeling ever.
yeah, and on top of that, you got your teammates. Let's say on the field or even at work, you're doing everything you're supposed to do. You reach every goal and you work with every teammate as much as you could.
Absolutely.
And then when it's crunch time, they don't do what they're supposed to do. So you either don't meet that quota or you lose the game. And then after that, you see them smiling and laughing, and that just takes you off to a whole different level of piss.
Oh,
Because,
absolutely. I mean, growing up in Grovetown, we had that a lot. People just, I remember people dogpiling after a loss, and I'm like, what the hell is this? This is not how I was brought up. When you lose, this is not how you right. You don't dogpile after a loss. It was the weirdest thing. Columbia County sports is so weird. It's just like we should not be celebrating for a loss. It's so freaking weird, bro.
it's everybody's not raised the same, and that's everything you have to remember when you go outside. Like even when you open the door, some people get mad at you for opening the door. Like, oh, I can open the door myself.
Yeah,
It's the new generation, so you just have to adapt and overcome every situation because some everybody's not gonna respect the way you grew up, but
yeah.
you know the way your mom and dad raised you. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Regardless of the situation.
Absolutely. And growing up with seven brothers, bro, we competed in everything. How fast we ate our food, how fast who could get the mail first, who was faster, who was slower, who was stronger. So growing up in that environment, everything was a competition. You know what I mean? So seeing, you know, me or our team go through a loss and people like are celebrating and smiling. I just couldn't like fathom that growing up in middle school, high school. I couldn't fathom being happy after a loss. It's just not something we celebrated.
Yeah, you see that, and that's what then you learn as you're growing up, and you remember as an adult. oh, I'm different than everybody else.
Yeah.
So that helps you separate who you're gonna who you're gonna spend your time with and who you're gonna hang around. That's gonna dictate your circle more than anything. Because I'm not hanging around lazy people or people that's not going towards their purpose.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because we
no,
don't.
I remember working out with you, man. It was hell. I remember, I think it was maybe it may have been my eighth grade or freshman year of high school. And I remember we went up to Grovetown High School. That's when y'all were still playing for the Ducks, you, Aaron, and I think we was hanging out with somebody. Maybe Chris was there. And I remember you made me throw up that day, and I was like, damn, this ain't no joke up here.
It's different levels, bro. You just it's you gotta hit that plateau at some point to
Yeah.
know what's your breaking point. Once you find out your breaking point, you can figure out, oh, I can take this a little bit further, and
And I
that
think,
transfer over to your adult life. Okay, like okay, I made this much money, but my bills are this much, so I think I can push my work life this much further, or I can go on the side and start my own business while I'm working.
yeah, so in high school, I used to get into the zone. I remember when we do conditioning, and I would just get into the zone. And after a while, like the running didn't hurt anymore. The vigorosity of it, the whether we were doing bear crawls, whatever. After a certain point, I got into my mind where this doesn't hurt anymore. I'm just gonna pain through it, get through it until we're at the end. I just remember being in that, and the same with throwing the ball or knowing the plays. At a certain point during the game of practice, you would get in this, I don't even know how to describe it, like this mind state of I'm not this pass is gonna be completed. I'm gonna run to this first down. It just you get in that mind state where it's different. You know what you're gonna do when it happens before the play even happens. You're gonna you
Yeah,
have that feeling. It's like Steph Curry shooting a 3-pointer, right? It goes right in each time. You just know what's going to happen before it happens.
yeah, that's that muscle memory and repetition. Repetitions are always key, bro. Because once your body realizes, oh, I've been through this already, then it starts to remember that every single rep that you've done.
Yeah,
Because you can't just go out and do some random stuff and then it's gonna work. No, you have to actually work at different stuff, just like in life. Like, okay, if I want to do this outside of work, I got to practice on it at home first.
yeah, for sure. And I do miss football. I think what killed it for me is just the politics that come with it. Once I saw certain things happen, I'm like, oh, this is not really about who's best or who's good enough. It's about who you are really, and I think that's what really killed football to me because I really love football. After because I played baseball in middle school, I really liked it, but after eighth grade, like I was like, okay, I only want to play football, and I loved football all the way up until maybe mid high school. And once I saw, I was like, oh, okay, this is political. This is how it gets. That's when it kind of fell off for me.
Yeah, that's what I hate the most. I hate the coaches that make it political and they don't go by the eyesight test or what they see in front of them. And coaches that kill people, that kill the perspective of kids of the sport, they don't deserve to coach. I don't care how many games they've won because it's bigger than football. Because football is not gonna last forever. You gotta impact these kids for life, like knowing so they can believe they can do anything possible if they work at it. Like
Yeah,
life is not just gonna hand you what you want. You have to work for what you want.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's the biggest thing that killed it for me, man. I really did love football. That's all I thought about for a very, very long time. I didn't even think about like anything else. It was getting through school, but school wasn't nothing. It was a big socialization getting through school. I was looking forward to practice at the end of the day. But I think probably sophomore, junior year, I saw what was happening, and I was just like, maybe this ain't it, bro. Because if I can't even, get past, you know, me being good enough to start or play because of some political BS, I mean, this ain't it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, even a lot of people. Sometimes it's just not in the cards, and you just have to walk in your purpose after that.
Yeah.
Everybody's situation is going to be different. Everybody's road is going to be different.
So tell me this, bro. How long you been a father?
I've been a father. My oldest daughter is 10. She'll be 11 this year.
10. My niece is 10, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What the hell? So tell me, who was Bama before being a father, and who was Bama after being a father, and how did Bama change?
Bro, before I was a father, I pretty much only thought about me, and
Yeah.
what I was going to do, and then just pretty much the next dollar. During and after I became a father, your whole mindset changes. Like, I have to make sure they're set up because I don't know how much time I got on this earth. So I
Yeah.
have to make sure they're set up mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. So they won't have to want for anything or ask or beg for anybody for anything after I'm gone.
Yeah. I mean, what was your biggest struggle? Or let's start off this. Whenever you saw your first child, what was the feeling? What was, because obviously I'm only 23. I'm not a dad yet, nor do I need to be, right? But what was your first thought? First time you saw your daughter, what was your first thought, your first feeling?
I was excited and I was scared, bro. I was
Yeah.
scared. I was excited because growing up, seeing my dad and the way he was, I
Yeah.
always knew I wanted to be a father. And on the scared side, I was scared because I was thinking like, am I gonna be enough for her? Am I? Is she gonna have everything that she needs to be a great person growing up? And I was scared because I didn't know how the world would treat her once she got in school.
Yeah.
So that's when I started like, okay, let me make sure she's mentally and physically ready for life in general once she get here. Let me pour so much love and so much confidence in her that if somebody comes up to her and says anything, that she already know who she is and what she's here for.
Yeah. And as you have, is it 3 kids now or 2 kids?
I got four.
4 kids. Jesus, Bama. You need to slow down, bro. You're catching up with my parents. So as it's proceeded to 4, has it gotten easier, or is each kid a different struggle that you have to deal with?
It got easier, but it's also each kid is different. You have
Yeah.
to you have to adjust to them. As a parent, you don't make your kids adjust to you and everything that you want. You have to adjust to their needs because they didn't ask to be here. Because you got some some of your kids are going to be sensitive than the others. You know how you can talk to them and get to them, and then you know what not to say for them to shut down.
Absolutely. See, I'm not a father. I don't, like I said, I don't plan to be in a while. How is what is the difference between the Bama before fatherhood and the Bama after fatherhood? What do you think the biggest, because I'm trying to understand. I've talked to my dad about it. I've talked to my brothers who have kids about it. I just want to know, like, what is the biggest difference before and after that first child?
Let's see the biggest difference.
How has Bama changed? Like, what is the biggest change you've seen in your life since you had a kid?
The day-to-day preparation, pretty much.
Yeah.
Before kids, I just wake up and go with the flow. Now you have to be prepared ahead of time in case anything happens. Like even at school, or with my youngest daughter being in pre-K,
Yeah.
we have to prepare for accidents at school. So we gotta make sure they got extra clothes in their backpacks or at the school. We got to make sure they have snacks and lunch for the days ahead of time. We have to make sure they have their clothes laid out ahead of time, and just little stuff like that. The day-to-day preparation, just like stuff we learn from sports, bro. It's like you just got to be prepared before that game day situation happens.
Yeah. Now, when you had your first son, were you excited? Were you like, okay, we're about to continue the tradition of having sons playing football? What was your first thoughts when you had your first son?
Oh yeah, bro. I was super excited. I was like, okay, now I'm gonna have somebody to run around with, rough up, just have that father son bond.
Yeah. Is he a Cowboys fan too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't have a choice with that. Everything else he has a choice with.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I mean, see, I'm scared to be a father because I don't know what you don't know what you get. You know what I mean? And I don't.
Yeah,
I've seen my dad do it. I've seen my brothers do it, but doing it on your own is just a different. I feel like it's a different aspect. You know what I mean?
yeah. Just for you saying you're being scared, that lets me know that you being scared means you care about what's gonna happen. A lot of people that's about to become a father and you ask them certain questions and they're not scared. Now that scares me because if you're
Yeah.
not scared for your kid or how you gonna handle the situation when they're here, that just means you don't care, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just I feel like your life changes so dramatically when you have kids. You know what I mean? I've seen my brothers become the softest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, bro. Once your seed gets here, it's it's gonna make you soften up. You have
Yeah.
to because you have to show them that love before they get it from somebody else, so they won't have to go and beg and get gratification from somebody else. I'm like, oh, okay, you're not telling me any different. My dad already told me this. You're not really wooing me, for example. Like, okay, I've heard that before. Come up
Yeah.
with something else.
Exactly. Are you scared for that? Are you scared for your daughter to start growing up being a teenager and having, relationships with other dudes and stuff like that?
Nah, not really, bro, because I'm raising them in a way that I don't have to worry about them once they're not away from me.
Yeah.
Because I'm teaching them about that trust and about that love and about accountability more than anything. Do what you're
Teach them
supposed to
how to
do.
be loved, basically,
Yeah,
and how they should be loved.
yeah. Do what you're supposed to do and be where you're supposed to be at when you tell me, and we won't have any problems.
What about husbandhood, man? And what since you become a husband, what do you think your biggest change has been?
It's the same thing, bro. Like, uh, part of it is accountability. Like, you have to know when you're wrong and you have to admit it because you're not going to be right every single time.
Do you feel like it's a big give and take? Like some days you're not going to be all there because some people say it's supposed to be 50-50, right? And I just think that's absolutely insane because some days you're not going to be 100% enough to even give 50-50, right? Sometimes you're going to be 20 and sometimes they'll be 80. Do you feel the same way in that aspect or you just feel like it needs to be 50-50 all the time?
Nah, bro. It's just you give what you can give at the time that you can give it. Like,
Yeah.
your partner have to be able to pick you up when you're down. They have to know when to give you that space that you need, and then when to come in and caress you and take care of you when needed.
Yeah. So what's your biggest takeaway from life, man? You've been here for a little while. You've been through a lot of things. You met my family. I've known you for a very long time. Not only are you my brother, but you're also a mentor to me on a lot of different things. What is your biggest takeaway from life?
My biggest takeaway and my biggest lesson in life is pretty much control what you can control. Everything else, just let it be what it is, because you're not going to be able to control other people's opinions of you. You're not going to be able to control your boss and how they're reacting that day, but you can control how you react to your boss. You can control how you react to certain opinions. You can control your attitude towards your kids, towards your girls, towards your wives, and everything like that. You have to be cognizant of the way you act because other people look up to you. You don't know who's looking up to you, but other people are looking up to you, and you have to know how to handle yourself after
Yeah,
a certain age.
absolutely. And you as me, man, we both had some great, grandmothers, mothers in our lives. How important is having a mother, having a grandmother in your life, and how has that affected you in your life?
Oh, bro, that's like we were saying beforehand. That's a different type of love. A
Yeah,
grandmother's love and a mother's love is different. Mothers, they're more strict on you because they see your potential and they see what you can be, and they're gonna push you towards your dreams, and they're gonna push you sometimes towards their dreams for you.
yeah,
But you have to know that push is love based. Like they're pushing you with love because they want the best for you. They want the best out of you. And your grandmother, that love,
that's different, bro.
bro, that
That's
yeah,
different.
that love is non-judgmental. Hey, baby, do what you want to do when you want to do it. I'm always gonna be here for you. Just let me know what you need when you need it. That love was way more than unconditional, bro. Like that love is forever.
Yeah, that's indescribable. Even though my grandma's not here, I still feel it every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. My grandmother passed as well, so
Yeah, I know, brother. Yeah,
that that type of love that they impart on you, like that that love is different. You'll never forget it, and you'll try to explain it to your kids, but they'll see it when their grandparents or your mother or your father comes around, and then okay, this is what he meant. You won't
absolutely.
know until you're older, and
So
then you
tell me, what's
realize
what's your favorite memory with your grandmother? Because I have a few, and I'll release those. But what is your fondest memory? Mine are a couple, but what's your fondest memory?
mine is just sitting around with her, bro, and just laughing and have her cursing us out, and it was with love and everything like
Yeah,
that. We played and we roasted each other and stuff like that, bro.
yeah,
It was just different when you can sit around with your grandmother and do stuff like that.
absolutely. So we used to have this swing on the front porch, and we had this light that flickered all the time. And I just remember swinging on the front porch. Me and my grandmother just laying there. This is when I was, blonde hair, blue eyes. I ain't got the blonde hair no more. Before the beard, all of that. And I remember her singing to me while we, watched that light flicker. I also remember her running through the house with the flash water, trying to get my ass if I did something wrong. Stuff like that. They don't make them like they used to. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you right about that,
Grandmothers
bro.
are what they used to be.
Grandmothers deserve to live forever, bro.
I wish, man. I wish it'd be crazy. I wish they could. And then whenever moms become grandmothers, they like to lie and say they don't treat their grandbabies differently. But they definitely they treat the grandmothers they treat the grandbabies differently for sure.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, bro.
I talked about it on one of the podcasts. I don't remember which one it was. And my mom called me right after and told me I was a liar. But we both know that ain't the truth.
Nah, them once they become grandparents, they forget about the actual kids.
No, I'm telling you right now, my mom used to be hard nosed. She used to be very you never met like hard nosed mom Dina, but she used to be hard nosed and she used to tear her ass up, and I ain't never seen her tear no grandkids ass up. That's for sure.
Oh, that's not gonna happen,
I
bro.
remember
I'm telling
asking
you.
for McDonald's going home from like football or baseball practice, and she said she cooked at home. If the grandbabies want if they want some McDonald's, they got McDonald's.
Oh yeah, my
Now, if
bro,
if they wanted McDonald's, they got Five Guys. If we wanted McDonald's, we got a peanut butter and jelly.
bro, that's crazy because one day we were at home and my kids went up to my mom and said that they're hungry. They want McDonald's or they want something in the pantry. She woke up and cooked 6 different meals for each of her
Oh
grandkids. I was like, what in the world?
Would never happen. Would never happen. If we
I'm
didn't
like,
eat
bro, you
what we
better
had on the table, if we didn't like it, except for my little sisters, they always got what they wanted. But any of us, if we didn't like what we was eating, we didn't eat.
exactly, bro. I was
My
just,
mom,
I
she
just,
said that's a lie, but we, Bama, me and you both know. Me and you both know that ain't true.
bro, it was. They don't remember, or they're gonna make sure their grandkids got what they need. Granted,
Oh, for
that's what's
sure.
supposed to happen.
Oh, for sure. And one day we're gonna be looking back at this. You'll be a granddad. I won't be a granddad at the same time you are. Being like, yeah, yeah, Dina was right.
Oh yeah, bro. We don't see certain stuff until we get their age when they were doing it,
Yeah,
and then we're like, okay, this is what they meant about certain situation.
absolutely. So tell me, give us some positive vibes, man. Give some positive vibes to the people that are viewing this. Give some positive vibes to the kids coming up listening to this. Give some positive vibes to somebody who may be going through it right now. What's your positive message for the people today?
My positive message for the people today is just keep going. Whatever you're doing, just keep going. Good times or bad times, neither last long. Just make it through and win each day. Like find some type of positive moment or positive person each day.
Yeah,
And if you can't find that, be that for somebody. Be that
absolutely.
positive impact. Be that light in somebody's life so they can know that they won that day.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was this kid today. I was at the Walgreens, and he was getting some stuff for him and his siblings or whatnot. I guess his mom was in the car. He didn't have enough money to get it. I was like, listen, bro, just put everything on me. I got you. Just take care of it. It's not about what you can get, it's about what you can give. This kid was like 10 years old, man. Obviously, his mom was unable to come into the Walgreens get what they needed. I just needed a couple things anyway. Give back to those people that just be nice, man. We live in a world already that's too angry, too mad all the time, always got issues, man. And just give back, be nice, be genuine, be the people y'all want to be. Bama, you're my brother, you're my mentor, you're a great father, man. I see you mentoring them kids, man. Take care of my nieces and nephews. Do you have anything else you want to say to the people?
Nah, brother, just continue to be who you are. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate you,
Don't
brother.
let anybody don't let anybody change your path from your purpose and keep doing what you're doing. I love you
Appreciate
to
you. I
life,
need
my
to see
brother.
you soon, man. We need to catch Dallas plays in Atlanta next year, so we need to catch that.
Indeed, bro. We'll work something out.
Absolutely. It's good to hear from you, brother. If you need anything at all, you can hit me up. You're my brother. You're my mentor. Blood could make us closer. I really do appreciate you, bro.
Indeed, brother. Love you to life.
All right, brother.